Okay, hello guys, DBSAR here. What I'm going to be going through right now is, well, I won't be doing the lantern right yet, but I'm going to be doing video on the LT1 lantern sample very soon, like a talk through versus some of the tests I've been doing. I'm still waiting for a clear day that's not cloudy, like right now it's overcast. I don't want a sunny day, but I'm just going to go through what happened last night with the Imalent DX80. I've had this light for probably a few months, no doubt, last summer, I guess. I haven't used it very much, just did some random tests with it, and it worked great for the whole time. I've never ran a thing on full power for very long, usually a few seconds, and I would shut it down to lower modes because I knew that these things had a tendency to build up a lot of heat. But last night, I went to grab the light to lock the doors and bring in the recycle bins, and when I went to click it on, and I was holding it with this hand, and I turned it on, and nothing happened. I noticed it started to flicker, and then I looked at the flickering part, and I could see the lens itself, as you can see here, is still quite cloudy. It's full of smoke, and it made a pop. It blew the cap off the charger unit, and I started feeling vapors blowing it here, and it made another pop at this, and I realized, okay, either it's venting the lithium ion cells or something's going bad going to happen. So I started to unthread it really quickly, and as I was unthreaded, it blew a lot of hot smoke out through, and obviously burned my finger right here, because when it pulled it off, it went poof, and then there was just a crap load of smoke, and there was some sparks occurring right here. So I grabbed the whole thing, ran outside, went and laid it on the deck, taken apart, and just waited a minute, and the smoke eventually cleared away. But yeah, it made a real mess. It smelled up the kitchen quite badly, and I thought it was actually the lithium ion cells, but apparently not. So I checked the voltage on these. They're still at full charge, just under 16 volts, which I haven't charged in a while. It appears to, I noticed the cap on the driver was lifted up, the little plastic cover over the top. So when I looked at the driver, if you look closely, you can see it's actually melted and burned quite badly, and it smells like burnt plastic, burnt fiberglass, everything. And I tried to loosen the ring, but then I googled some information of Vester Blood, Venture Sport Flashlights. He had a problem getting his apart, so I'm going to leave this for now until I hear back from Imalent to find out what they can do for me on this thing, because this thing kind of scared the crap out of me. It, like I said, burned my finger right here, left some burn mark right here, but not so bad. But this one was quite intense, and if you listen, it rattles. Everything on the driver literally blew apart inside. So I never connected it back to the battery since, because I don't want to take that chance. And the smoke that came from this thing was intense. It just would have been interesting to have it in the view of my security camera when it happened, but it didn't. As I was going upstairs, I just ran to the door, opened the door, threw it outside, and on the deck, just in case it was the actual batteries venting. But nope, they seemed to be okay. It wasn't the batteries, it was definitely the driver. So something with these lights are very bad. In this case, it was kind of dangerous. It burned my fingers, and it, to the point that the top O-ring split, blew out completely, and the bottom O-ring blew down over the side when the actual pressure came out. So the one thing, no doubt, that the head is quite sealed. There was no way for it to vent through anywhere. The switch did not come out. Just the cap come up on this, but a lot of it came out through the actual back. So as you can see, it's really messed up, and it's rattling really bad. And the plastic cap on the back itself is also melted. So this thing got really hot, considering if there's 8 30Q batteries in that, there's probably capable of quite a bit of current at the 16 volts. So yeah, so there was some shorting or something going on, which is unusual because, like I said, this flashlight worked great. A few times I've used it, never had a problem with it, never indicated any flickering, never had any problem with the LEDs dying like I've seen other reports on. Just in this case, if it was completely sealed and if I left it, it would have probably built up enough pressure to blow the lens out and sent glass shrapnel, or even worse, it probably would have overheated the battery, could have caused a fire inside. There was something definitely really bad happened, because I know that these things have a thin heat sink inside beneath the actual LED star and above the driver, and the driver's in a small sealed area beneath that, and the only way it could come out through was around the threads around here, and blow the O-rings out and singe and soot up the top of the actual battery module and really mess this up. So I sent Imalent an email. I'm hoping to hear back from them and see if they can actually do something for me on this mess, because that was kind of scary. And yeah, it's an expensive light to do this that could have been a lot worse. It could have exploded. Like I said, it could have blew the glass out. It could have, you know, popped apart, blew the back out. A number of things could have happened. But anyhow, that was what happened to the DX80, which from past reports, obviously I wasn't expecting this to happen. A driver fire and almost an explosion to the point. But anyhow, we will get to the LT1 lantern talk very soon and post another video on that. And in the meantime, I'm just going to draw my coffee and keep my band-aids on. Have a good day.